Hello traders and welcome to the market opening preview, May 16th on a Monday, 2016. Traders is brought to you through FXCL Excellence in Trading. Traders, great to be with you, coming to you from Thailand. Not too early in the morning, a little late today. Went a little late today, but that's because I had some internet issues, but we're okay now. Everything's up and running and going well. Traders, if you get a chance, come visit our site at fxclearing.com for your trading solutions. Traders, it looks like it's going to be a slow day today, and we'll get to that in just a moment. For those of you who don't know me, let me introduce myself to you. My name is William Gilday. I'm your moderator for the market opening preview series every single trading day before the London Open. Traders, I do record this during the Asia session. So if you open in this London, you might need to go back about 12 candles, and you can see where I started my presentation. Traders, I started trading in the year of 2006, and in 2008 I retired from a wonderful 27-year career as a firefighter paramedic out of the great state of Florida. Traders, 9 days later I came to Thailand for a 2-month holiday to celebrate my retirement. Well, traders, I'm in my 9th year here in Thailand and having an awesome time and love trading the time zone in Asia. It's really great. Up early in the morning, trade Asia, get a couple hour break, get ready for London, trade London, and in New York I trade options. So I trade a different instrument in the New York market, and I'm only in there for about 2 hours, 2.5 hours. It gets to about 11 p.m. then. My day's pretty much over. I'm one of those who wake up at 5:30 in the morning. So I still get a good night's rest, but a busy day ahead. Always in the markets, always listening, always looking, always researching for opportunities. So talking about that, I listen to a news feed. I think fundamentals is a very important part of trading today. I think if you would have asked me that 4 years ago, I wouldn't have told you, no, I don't listen to fundamentals. I just trade what's in front of me or trade with the trend. And I've been trading the same trading style since I started trading. I'm a pullback trader. I like price to make a move. I like the pullback, and 99.999% of the time I stay within the trend, unless I'm doing a counter trend trade. But I'm a technician. I love looking at charts. I like looking at candlestick patterns, and I think they tell a story. You need to know about support and resistance and price structure and price failure, and anything that has to do with price. Price flow. If you want to use a new word, price flow. How's price flowing through the charts, right? You need to watch your levels. You need to know, price levels. Like the 5-0 level is important. I always say the 20 and the 80 is important, right? There's certain levels that are psychological levels where price reacts. And, on my live charts, I have that all put on there. So I know when price is coming to a level where I might want to get in or get out. And I do use the Fibonacci tool a lot. And you'll see, I think today I have them on 3 charts. We have our 6 currency charts today. So I put both of those together, and I do an analysis. And out of that analysis, I come up with a trade plan for each pair. And basically, I wait for price to come to me. Once price comes to me, I enter the trade. The old saying, set and forget. Well, I'd like to say I do that, but I don't. If the trade starts going against me, I'd rather take a 12-pip hit and a loss than waiting for it to go 40 pips against me, right? So I do place stops on all my trades. Traders, that's so important, right? We keep stops on all our trades. All right, that's enough about me. Let's talk about our risk disclaimer. Keep the legal people happy. Forex trading has a large potential rewards, but also a large potential of risk. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the Forex markets. Traders, please, please, please do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. Traders, always remember that past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right, let's take a look at what's going on with our news and commentary. Let's look how the markets closed on Friday. The Dow 30 was negative 1.05%. The S&P 500 was negative 0.85%. And the NASDAQ was negative 0.41%. And the small cap 2000 was also negative 0.54%. That's pretty interesting. Let's head on over to the Eurozone, and looks good on this side. The DAX was positive 0.92%. The FTSE 100 was positive 0.56%. The CAC 40 out of Paris was positive 0.62%. And the Eurostoxx 50 was positive 0.68%. Traders, let's head on over to Asia and let's see what's going on here. The Nikkei 225 is currently positive 0.88%. All the countries are currently trading. The S&P ASX 200 out of Australia is positive 0.44%. The China 850 is negative 0.36%. The Hang Seng is positive 0.16%. And our good friends out of Seoul, the Kospi is flat, zeros across the board. And they are currently trading. So let's take a look at our economic calendar. Not a lot to say, folks. It's really going to be a technical day today. I think, I don't actually see any high-impact news events at all today. I see no high-impact news events at all today. I see all medium-impact news events. I think probably the biggest news is in New York. You have New York Empire State Manufacturing Index coming out. NAHB Housing Market Index comes out. Not a lot, I got to be honest with you. Not a lot going on at all, folks. Very boring day today. It'll be pretty hard to keep our eyes open today, right? And we'll keep an eye on that. We did have some news come out of low-impact news out of China. Had CGPI month-on-month. It came out bad, negative 0.3%. Consensus was 0.2%. And other than that, not much going on. I was listening to news today, and I will tell you that Prime Minister Abiy was talking already today, and he is delaying the tax increase that he was going to implement later in 2017, and he's delaying it due to the earthquakes and the economic situation. And he also stated that they have tools to deal with that. The yen is so strong, and they don't like it, but he thinks it's an eco-global situation. I think that's exactly how he put it. But basically, he's saying it's a global issue. It's not a yen issue. So we'll see how that goes. We'll just have to really keep a really strong eye on that, and just watch what goes on there. The fear is always that you're going to be in a yen pair trade. When our yen pair trade on Friday worked out so beautifully, and they do an intervention and things swings the other way, and goes 200 pips the opposite direction. So that would be my biggest concern today. Other than that, just looks like it's going to be a boring Monday. I hate to say, but that's what it looks like to me. Let's take a look at some currency pairs. Euro dollar, moving kind of nicely. I mean, I've got to say it's stair-stepping, and it's just moving right along. The trade worked great on Friday. Our plan worked. I did get some nice pips out of the euro, and so we're going to do the same today. We'll let this come back up to the 618, and we'll take it down at 1.1329, and we'll get out at the 161.8 at 1.1211. So very easy trade. If you want to take it from where it's at, if you get a bearish candlestick, that's okay. If you look at your 3 EMAs, they're all pointed to the downside. The 10 EMA is actually on top of price, and that's the way we like it. And the 55, and the which is the blue line, and the 200, which is the green line, and they're all pointed to the downside. So this looks like this is just going to continue down, folks. I don't know how far down it's going to go, but I think it's going to go below 12. I think we're looking probably down to 11, if I had to take a guess, because I don't see anything good coming out of the Eurozone. And I think Draghi's running out of ideas. I don't know. I could be wrong. He's a pretty sharp guy, but I think he's running out of ideas. But, we'll just have to wait and see what he has to say at their next meeting. And I don't know when that is. I'm pretty sure it's next month sometime. Okay, let's take a look at the pound. The pound's doing really well. Surprisingly, stair-stepping away, doing its thing. And again, this trade worked out. I did not take the pound trade on Friday, but it did work out fine, and we're just waiting for this to pull back up to this daily pivot point, and we'll take it back down. We're going to get it at 43.83. We're going to get out at 43.45. We'll look at it like a 38 pip trade, 39 pip trade, and that's all we're looking for, right? We just want 25, 30 pips, and we're going to get out of this thing. We're not going to hang out too much unless it's really bearish and just breaks right through our take profit area. We'll take 2/3 of our position off and just leave a third and let it run, and just put a trailing stop on it and just let it go. That's just like icing on the cake, right? But it's bearish, that's for sure. This chart, there's no doubt that this is a bearish pair, and we're gonna ride it out. Let's talk about the Aussie dollar. Aussie dollar, another one doing really, really great stuff. I'm pretty aggressive on my entry today. If you notice, I'm putting my entry all the way up to 0.7331. And you're probably all saying to me, well, why don't you put your entry where you're at now? Because that's at resistance at the daily pivot point and the 55 EMA. And you're correct. You can enter that. The problem is you have no room before you're going to get down to support. And I don't want to fight that support. And to tell you the truth, I think they're ready for a move up. You know, whether the dollar gets weak or something comes out, you know, whether I mean the dollar gets strong and this just pops up and they do a stop run or whatever, but they're due to zap this thing up. Even if it goes to the R1, you know, it's a good place to get in it and get out. I just feel that this is going to pop up before it goes any further. So we'll see how it goes. Of course, the last three candles are doji, so that doesn't help the situation. But like I said, I expect a very slow day today. So I'm sort of expecting the unexpected, right? Look in that window that way. I'll see how it goes. Euro Aussie. This is not a good-looking chart, by the way, folks. This is pretty ugly if you want to be honest. However, our trade plan did work quite well on Friday, and I did grab some pips off the Euro Aussie. I love trading this pair, by the way. It's just a fun pair to trade. You know, it doesn't make a difference. You just trade what's in front of you, and you know, if it's a downtrend, trade it down. If it's an uptrend, trade it up, and just let it do its thing. It's just all over the place. However, this chart does not look very pretty. This is like no trend here at all. I actually did very well with this trade on Friday, so yeah, I was quite happy with the situation, and worked out very well. Nice sell trade. All right, let's take a look at the euro yen. This is another one. I had a very small piece in on this. I did not put a lot on here. I mean, this was like a tiny trade I did, and I wish I would have went in full force. Look at this reaction off the 200 exponential moving average. Hits it once, comes back, hits it the second time, gives you a second opportunity, and this thing falls through the roof, right? Down she goes. Thank you very much. Have a good day. That was Friday's European and New York session, and pops up a little bit here in Asia, and that's it. But what a beautiful, beautiful trading day that was for the euro yen. I hope some of you traders caught some of that, because it was really a nice trade. Today's trade really easy. We just want to pull back to the 618 at 123.36, 123.30. That's fine, and we'll take it down on 122.64. Give us our 30 pips and get the heck out of there. Like I said, just be careful with the yen pairs. Just make sure your stops. I mean, I usually don't tell you about where to put your stops, but I wouldn't give this any room at all. It either works or it does not work. Don't be putting 50 and 60 pip stops on this pair, any yen pair, because you don't know. Prime Minister Abiy, I think he's been talking 2 hours already. So he's talking to Parliament, by the way. So, you know, we just got to be real careful with what goes on with that. All right, here's the New Zealand dollar. Another trade that I said I didn't think was going to work, and folks, it worked, and gave you a second shot later in the day. So we had a down move. It came back up for 2.5 hours and then continued to the downside. And now here we are in Asia. We have a small gap starting today's Asia session, and it's already been filled, and it's continuing to the downside. This, you know, I have it to take profit at 0.6753. However, this could absolutely just continue to the downside. So just be aware of that. But we do need a pullback. You know, all the three EMAs are pointing to the downside. Everything looks great, but we just need a pullback. It's got to pull back. I'm not chasing this big red candle. I'm not chasing price, folks. Don't chase price. It might work sometimes, but most of the time you're going to get beat up, my friends. Traders, that wraps up our 6 currency pairs. Can you believe it? I'm 15 seconds early today. That is wonderful. That's probably because there's not much to talk about. Traders, on behalf of myself, William Gilday, and our great friends at FXCL, excellence in trading. please come visit our site at fxclearing.com for your trading solutions. Traders, have a great trading day on a Monday, May 16th, and to the year 2016. Traders, see you in about 24 hours. Take care, and always remember, trade smart and not hard. Take care, traders. Speak to you next time. Bye-bye.